I will now. So just got to the trailhead we believe is the trailhead that is going to be for the Lake Hodges Trail Challenge. We've never done the race. I've never done the race. And this is our first time just kind of scouting the area. Recon, if you will. Gathering intel. Figuring out what the terrain looks like, what it feels like. And this very well may not be the trail, but we are at least within the vicinity of the trailhead of the start of the race, at least by 1 mile to our knowledge. And we got Hudson on the back, and then Mama Bear there, and little Ween, aka Olive. Today's energy was powered by a banana and 2 handfuls of trail mix. Getting about 200 plus, just over 200 calories on that. Should sustain energy for about an hour and a half, and then reassess, reload about 20 minutes before that, 20 to 30 minutes before that. You have so much sunscreen on your face.
Oh, so do you.
But it's like you look like a tiger.
Oh.
Okay.
Did I get it?
And then a little backstory as to why we are doing this race is because it's in preparation for a 50K. We're going to be doing that all together as a family. What does that mean? We got to start somewhere, right? Building the foundation. We've spent a lot of time in the gym building our strength, our core strength, leg strength, and lung capacity. So now it's time to apply that, all of that knowledge, all of that experience into a real world situation. Our first race is going to be October 21st. And yeah, as a whole family, as a whole unit. And the big thing with us is like making sure, if you want to go, it goes back to a little bit to that one saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And we're taking that quite literally, where, you know, my son Tegan, our oldest, he's a little bit, I don't know, he's not as prepared as we are, I feel like. But we are still giving him all the attention, building his strength, building his cardiovascular system, and preparing him, also mentally challenging him to prepare for long races. And his race isn't going to be the 5K that we're doing on the 21st of October. His is actually going to be a 1 mile fun run, just because they have an age restriction on that one. He is 7 years old, so you know we're doing our due diligence. And then we got the 7-month-old back here who keeps me on my toes. He's like rocking me back and forth. And then Mama's first race, trail at least. Yeah. So I was very particular with what the terrain is like on the ground. If it's smooth, if it's snow, it can be snow and she'd be perfectly fine. If it's fine dirt, sand, perfectly fine. As soon as it becomes like this gravel, not a big fan. This is actually my first time at Lake Hodges. I've grown up in SoCal, in the North County, San Diego area, and I've never actually been on this trail. I believe the river is like back here where that little line of green trees are at. The river, I mean the lake. H has a lot to say. Yeah, so if this is the trail, then it's like wicked smooth sailing. There's not really much climb, vert, increase in altitude at all. So I guess that's the nice part about the lake is, and we'll be kind of skirting the edges of the lake through the race. We have our little bit of our first little climb here.
cage. He's like, what the hell? What are you doing in there? He's sleepy. Oh, we've got a mountain climber.
Little philosophy 101. One of the greatest tools that I've been able to, I guess, rediscover or further discover is the mindset and the attitude and how we react to a certain action. And now, with this newfound information going forward, whenever life is presenting you with what seems to be like one of the biggest challenges, one of the biggest challenges that you will ever face, I encourage you to look at the challenge and either go into a smile or go into a headspace where you're like, okay, I got this, I'm happy, I'm accepting this challenge, and then look to find ways to overcome that challenge. So right now, in this instance, I'm climbing a hill and gaining lots of elevation with about 30 pounds on my back, and that's a dynamic load, so it's moving left and right, forward and back, up and down, and challenging the body. Good morning.
Morning.
Challenging the body, challenging the mind, challenging every system head to toe. And I could either look at it like, oh, this is creating a lot of pain, this is creating a lot of discomfort, this is something, I wish this hill wasn't as big. You can either go that way, or you can be just one thought away from heaven, or like one thought away from enjoying it. And I think that is what creates a successful person, is how they react in these actions or in these situations. And then you can apply that, copy and paste it into any other areas of your life. For example, we just had one of our contracts cut by more than 50%, and instead of like, okay, this is one of our biggest contracts, this is where we pull a lot of our money, instead of being like, oh man, that fucking sucks, fuck them, I wish bad upon them or whatnot, instead of going into that section of the mind, you can go more into giving thanks and being thankful. Even though, good morning. Even though you've just lost a huge portion of your income, which could leave an astronomical effect on a person, depending on who they are, depending on what mindset tools that they have to navigate these waters. And then having the support group too, like an amazing wife, an amazing dog, an amazing family, sons, and so forth, is very important, very crucial. Yeah, so that's a newfound tool, not new, but more rediscovered recently, and it's done wonders for our family and our level of success. And that's, success, I say in quotations, because it's different from person to person, vastly different. However, there are some benchmarks that you can find in your industry, within your family, within your community. Yeah, so tools for success is seeing a challenge and your life get put upside down, essentially, and being comfortable in that, comfortable in the chaos, cool as a cucumber, cool, calm, collected. Very important. Yep, just a little philosophy 101 while we're getting our exercise in, getting some fresh sunlight on the skin, had some great nutrition, feeling good. Take care of the body, take care of the mind, spirit, all levels, and everything else that's important to you. Oh.
You can just stop walking right